Welcome to the Horror Unmasked podcast,
where we unmask the monsters
and explore the lore.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Lily, and today we'll be dissecting
the Blair Witch Project. Let's make a documentary. 3 film students go to Burkittsville, Maryland, to make a documentary on the Blair Witch legend. The director is Heather Donahue. Her main cameraman is Joshua Leonard, and Michael Williams is the sound crew. The 3 go missing, but a year later, their footage is found. The 3 filmmakers interview the people of Burkittsville who enjoy being on camera and mystified as to why they'd want to make this film. Heather interviews Mary Brown, an elderly and quite insane woman who has lived in the area all her life, who claims to have seen the Blair Witch one day near Tappy Creek. And 2 anglers tell Heather that Coffin Rock is less than 20 minutes from town, and the 3 decide to make to the woods for the Blair Witch Project, the centerpiece of their film. After enjoying a drunken night at their motel, Heather, Josh, and Mike park and go into the woods with a map of the logging trail. After hiking a few miles into the woods, they film the creek where the Coffin Rock massacre occurred. Satisfied with their footage, the 3 set up their tent when it starts to rain. The next morning, Joshua claims he heard strange noises during the night. One of them, he's determined, was cackling.
Absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Consulting their map, the team decides to press on further into the woods in search of an old graveyard. But Josh and Mike are a little concerned about the accuracy of Heather's map reading, having gotten them a bit lost the previous day.
While Heather remains confident that they are on the right trail and that they will reach the graveyard in an hour and a half, it soon becomes clear that they are, in fact, lost.
Already terrified.
Yeah. They press on, braving a river, crossing over a log bridge. They soon come across a clearing where they find strange piles of rocks neatly stacked on the ground. They find 7 piles of stones in all. Later that night, the trio hears strange noises from the woods, and they set off to investigate.
Already a mistake.
Yeah. Strange noises from the woods and you investigate?
It's not even just that. It's also like, if it was an animal, I just wouldn't want to interact with it.
Right.
Like, let it pass.
Mm-hmm. I would stay safely in my tent. Actually, I would stay safely away from the woods.
Period.
Yeah. Something is clearly moving around them.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, the trio discuss the events of the night before. Josh suggests that the noises were caused by local rednecks, and Mike agrees, worrying that if someone was prepared to come this far out into the woods just to spook them, they must be seriously disturbed.
Agreed.
So the fact that you're hearing those noises
means you need to get the fuck out.
Leave.
Like,
now.
Why would you stay? Like, if you even think that there's other people who followed you out
in
there
here just to fuck with you,
I'd be out. I'd be gone.
Goodbye. That's just my,
True.
True. But, the group decides to head back for the car.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yeah.
After that, yeah.
Unfortunately,
the day progresses, and they fail to find their way back to the car.
Mm-hmm.
Heather suggests that they camp in for the night. Heather maintains that they aren't far from where they left the car.
A girl.
I think you've been looking long enough. I think you're lost and you don't know.
Yeah.
So let's not try
to
say that we know. That night, they are again disturbed by strange noises around them in the dark. They again go outside to see what's causing it and hear what seems to be trees being knocked over and other strange sounds. Josh suggests that it's probably deer, but Heather isn't so sure, noting that it's on all sides of us and that the sounds are like footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
Hell nah.
Yep.
The next morning, they find 3 more piles of rocks that have mysteriously appeared overnight, surrounding their tent.
Fuck that. Fuck that so hard.
Yeah. You've been marked for death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The map has disappeared, even though it had been in Heather's pants the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. And the 2 men deny having seen it.
Yeah.
Right. Unwilling to give up, the trio follow the creek, hoping that it will eventually lead them somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Josh reasons that someone will start looking for them when they don't return. This is really starting to get spooky.
Yep. Spoiler warning. Skip ahead. They come to a river, which again proves difficult to cross. Heather is angry that the men are laughing at her when her shoes become waterlogged. And a near hysterical Mike admits that he threw the map into the creek as he felt it was useless.
You fucking stupid.
You fucking
dick.
idiot. Them coming... Look, okay, the next sentence is... Mike and Josh nearly come to blows and Heather screams at Mike. Look, Mike got everything he deserved in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they were like... He was like, it was useless. It was useless.
We
I'm
weren't
like,
getting
useless?
anywhere with it anyway.
I'm like, useless to you. I would agree with them. Useless to you, maybe.
Right.
You never... never.
Don't ever throw a map
Just because
away.
you can't read it doesn't mean the other people you're with can't use it.
Can't figure it out somehow. Or you can't figure it out at some point.
Like
Use landmarks.
Clearly Josh...
Oh my God.
At least Josh clearly is already expressed and visually verified in the film that he knows how to read a map.
Yeah.
Regardless of Heather, whether she does or doesn't.
Right.
And for Mike to do what he did is fucked.
Very fucked. Like,
just
he
fucked
fucked them, basically.
I would blame him for the predicament that they ended up in.
Mm.
Because of them, because of what he did to the map.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is how I see it.
Yeah.
Because that was stupid.
So stupid.
Just stupid. Eventually, though, after continuing south for a while, Mike finds strange stick figures hanging from trees. Dozens of them. Some in the shape of strange runic symbols, others clearly meant to represent human forms.
And at that point, I would turn around and go north.
Yeah.
As far north as I could.
Or just, there's a river. Just follow it in a direction and it will take you somewhere.
Well, they said they were going to do that.
And they fucking didn't.
And then what happened?
They just walked into the woods. Like fucking idiots. Anyway. like truly. Like truly. That night, they are again all woken by strange sounds, including what appears to be a baby screaming. As they're listening, their tent starts shaking. All 3 of them flee into the night. They spend the rest of the night cowering together in the darkness. They again, the next morning, press on, and Josh seems to be on the verge of losing it, becoming moody and depressed, wandering off to sit on his own. Mike argues that whatever is stalking them will return and that they must keep moving. And they then, unfortunately, end up re-finding the log they crossed the other day, meaning they were going in circles. Panicked, they decide to sleep. The next morning, Josh has vanished. Totally disturbed, Heather and Mike move on, trying to keep each other's spirits up. Night again falls, and they again wake to strange noises in the woods, including what seem to be Josh's agonized screams. They stumble around in the dark looking for him, but there's no sign of him, and it's impossible to tell which direction the screaming is coming from.
Crazy shit.
Yeah.
But here's some more crazy shit.
Oh, yeah.
At daybreak, Heather finds a strange bundle of sticks held together with twine on the ground outside the tent, which she nervously picks up and tosses away. Yeah, because that's going to do anything.
Yep.
Later, Heather finds another of the bundles of twigs, this time with something inside.
Mm-hmm.
She opens it and finds a piece of fabric from Josh's shirt wrapped around some hair, an unidentifiable piece of viscera, and what appears to be teeth, all bloodied.
Gross.
Yeah. That night, Heather videotapes a confessional, apologizing to her mother and to Mike and Josh's parents for her naivete,
Mm-hmm.
and accepting full blame for what has happened on the ill-fated expedition. She realizes that her dogmatism and pig-headedness are what has led them to where they are. Later, in the dead of night, they hear again Josh's voice, closer this time, pleading for someone to help him. They abandon the tent to go in search of him. Following Josh's voice, Heather and Mike find a derelict house in a clearing and go inside, where they see runic symbols on the wall next to child-sized handprints.
Mm-hmm.
Josh's voice seems to be coming from somewhere inside the house, and Mike rushes upstairs in search of Josh. Mike then realizes that the voice is in fact coming from the basement and rushes down the steps. No.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Like at all. Suddenly, Mike is attacked, and the camera falls. A hysterical Heather follows and sees Mike in the corner of the room, face against the wall. Suddenly, Heather is attacked, and the camera is knocked down. The film runs for a few seconds, then dies.
The end. Alrighty.
Not the ending you wanted, huh?
Yeah.
Well.
So, I can definitely say this is an extremely creepy movie.
Yeah.
There were definitely moments where it was just like blackness on the screen, and I was like, there was that part of me that was expecting something to suddenly appear.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, when I say this is an unsettling film to watch, it's 100%. Like, it's unsettling
It's very
to watch.
unsettling. But not only is it unsettling now, but imagine putting everything that they were doing for advertising this film and then going to watch it.
Yeah. So,
but we will talk about that.
I can definitely say it's probably one of the scarier films that I've seen in a bit. Because it's creepy. It's 100% creepy.
Very unsettling.
They did a fantastic job.
I agree.
Also, before we get into any of this, again, some HHN announcements. So, we've gotten some more wonderful original houses. Starting off with Dolly's Let's Play Dead. You're about to become doll-sized and hunted by toys that have been burnt, melted, and stitched together by a twisted little girl.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Which I have a theory because it's interesting. I'll come back to that in a second. The next one is Grave of Flesh. Welcome to your funeral where things are about to go from bad to worse. You'll enter your grave and then the underworld, where flesh eaters who feed on the dead will hunt you for all eternity.
Fuck.
And then our most recent one is Galkin, Monsters of the North.
Woo! I'm excited for this.
Yeah. In a remote northern village, a wicked being rises from the dead, bringing a horde of monsters and demons from the fords to wreak havoc on the townspeople. You'll face icy, horned, winged, and wolfish fiends that gradually merge into one giant horror. Then you'll try to escape the belly of the beast. So it's definitely interesting. I am very excited to go into these houses.
All of these look good.
Now, my theory.
Yes.
Which is obviously, we don't know, quote, 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 yet what icon, if they're going to have an icon this year, and who it's going to be.
Right.
Now, the Dolls Let's Play Dead feels very reminiscent of... So there's a icon that exists currently called the Caretaker.
Right.
And it's his name is Kane, and he had a daughter. And I know that a long time ago there were theories of her being involved in becoming an icon, or at least involved in the process of it, alongside the Caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that she was, at least I remember reading about it being hinted at when Islands of Adventure was where they did HHN, and they had the Dr. Seuss area. It was like toys, like a kid's toy box, like a messed up toy box. It was supposed to, I think, like hint towards it being her toy box.
Right.
So I feel like it's interesting, and maybe it's a hint, but then again, I still do not 100% know, because the other piece of information that we got was that the overarching story as you come into Halloween Horror Nights is that you're entering a conservatory. So it's very gothic architecture, overgrown with vines and nature and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm curious just to kind of see if they go with certain people or whatever for their icon. I'm curious to see who they choose and kind of the connections that are going to be played with. Because I know that scare zones tend to hint at it, because that's where, like last year with Duality of Fear, it was literally the two of them, and then they had their scare zones.
And then in every scare zone, there was like a touch of them somewhere.
Yeah, because, it has to do with... I saw the zombies as the psychological.
Yeah.
And like they both, like the two sections afterwards were both like after Torture Fair and Demon Queens. They both had a touch of the psychological and physical. So I'm very interested to see what this year brings.
Yes, for sure.
And we're getting ever closer, my guys.
Yes, we are. Just a couple months.
Just a couple months, and then we're in it and we're ready to go. But now back to our spooky programming.
Back to our regularly scheduled spooky programming.
Yes. This movie was released July 30th. Weird. 1999. It is a rated horror film. It is a rated R film, horror mystery. The directors are Eduardo Sanchez and Daniel Myrick. Now, there are further movies in the series. The sequel itself is just called Blair Witch. I do have their budget, which was $60,000. In the research, I've seen what the box office was.
Yeah.
You can tell them what it was.
Yeah.
Because that shit's shocking.
No, it is. It grossed about 248.6 million, making it one of the highest movies of like turnaround pay that it like.
And not just that. That's 1999 money. It may be 2025. That does not change the inflation.
No.
That number doesn't stay the same.
26 years ago,
that's a big jump in money.
That's a huge jump.
If we did the conversion, it would be a lot more.
Yes, this movie is
it's on like It level.
Yeah.
Like when it first came out, and
not only that, it's like it level, but the fact that it only had a budget of 60,000
Yeah.
and was able to get
Just-
that much money, that much profit.
from it.
Yeah, that makes this movie like I think one of the only ones that has made that much in profit over
And
such a small
I know
budget.
that I will mention it even in my notes. This film is the birth of found footage films.
Yeah.
And it was done, and I made a comment about it in the previous episode, that it's not like the Gallows.
No.
It is nothing like the Gallows. It is there's something about, it's weird because when watching it, it kind of reminded me of our
Yes.
found footage film.
Yes.
And I was like, and I'd never seen Blair Witch before that point.
Yeah, same.
So it's, I love the idea that it's just creepy on a level that's incomprehensible.
It almost makes me feel like we should have done this movie like to start, because
Yeah.
our found footage film was the thing that kind of
Yeah.
set this ball rolling.
Yeah.
But
Truly.
we're doing it now, so
Hey.
that's all that matters.
And it's a fantastic film, truly.
yeah,
It is, if you want something unsettling to watch, like
I agree.
in the dark, yeah. That's it.
It is pretty short. Like, so the fact
Yeah.
that its budget was, or its box office was so insane is
Yeah.
wild, but it really just goes to show how amazing their
How
marketing team
skilled
was
they
and
were.
how smart they were about it. But it is only an hour and 18 minutes long.
Yeah. It's not
That's
long.
it. Like hour 20 tops.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it did get an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes,
Deserved.
which I think that is perfect, to be
Yeah.
honest.
And
I
that's
wouldn't change that at
100%
all.
deserved.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And then obviously death count 3.
3.
3.
3.
You know, if you watch the movie or just listen to our summary, then
Yeah. 3.
pretty straightforward. So is our cast list.
So is our cast list. Probably the most straightforward and funny thing in the world, but there's a reason behind it.
I want you to go for it. I want you to say it.
You want me to say it?
Yes.
Okay. It's Heather Donahue as Heather Donahue.
Whoa.
Michael Williams as Michael Williams. And Joshua Leonard as Joshua Leonard.
Whoa. Whoa.
They were themselves.
They were
So when
themselves.
they're screaming each other's names, that's legit.
That's legit.
They're actually yelling at each other.
They are.
And there's a lot more to that I will get into.
Oh, yeah.
That makes it even more like, oh shit.
Yes. And if you have never seen The Blair Witch and you heard us say the summary and now you're just like, well, if they played themselves.
What trust me.
Well, now Heather goes by Ray, though.
Yes.
Because I guess she got super sick of people knowing her from this movie and calling
Yeah.
her Heather.
And they did. There is a part of this that I believe I have in this.
Yeah.
At least I think I do. If I don't, I'll say it now.
Yeah.
Just the fact that she was definitely the one out of the majority of them that actually brought it to the surface about the fact that they were upset that they ended up figuring out that they
Right.
shouldn't have used their actual names, because to use your actual name in a film makes it harder for you to find jobs, because it's also a character in a film.
Yeah. And I will say that all of these people are best known for this movie.
Yes.
Because obviously, hello.
Look, I'd be proud if this was what I
Yeah.
was best known for.
But if it was something that you did and then
yeah.
that's not the only place you wanted to go and you
Like,
wanted to
it could have
expand,
easily
then,
been Heather, different last name.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That way there was a difference. Like,
Yeah.
it's still the same first name, but the last name is different.
But also you have to think about this. Like Heather, there's no real nickname for that. For Joshua and Michael, you got Josh
and Mike. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe that had something to do with it as well.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Overall, it's an amazing
Yes.
story, amazing concept. And fuck it, I'll just get into it.
Yeah.
So, Development of the Blair Witch Project began in 1993.
Yeah.
While film students at the University of Central Florida.
Yippee! That's where I go, if you don't know.
Yeah.
Go Knights, charge on.
And I went.
Yes.
Daniel Myrick and
alumni.
Eduardo Sanchez were inspired to make the film after realizing that they found documentaries on paranormal phenomena scarier than traditional horror films.
Yep.
Which, right on them for that. Principal photography began on October 23rd, 1997 in Maryland and lasted 8 days. Overseen by cinematographer Neil Fredericks, who provided a CP16 film camera. The 3 actors shot all of the footage shown in the film.
Yep.
Except for one interview about Rustin Parr's murder.
Right.
That's the only one that wasn't done by them. The found footage was shot with a high 8 camcorder. Most of the film was shot in Seneca Creek State Park in Montgomery County, Maryland.
Can we go visit now?
You really want to?
Kinda. Let's expand our podcast horizons. Ghost hunting!
Go to the locations in which the films were placed in.
Why not?
Maybe.
Expand on the lore. Let's make our own documentary. We said it at the beginning.
Because we want a Blair Witch to it.
Well, no.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be as stupid. Throwing maps away. Dumbass.
Fucking stupid. But after filming, they had about 20 hours of raw footage, which was cut down to 81 minutes.
Yep.
But the editing process took more than 8 months.
Fair enough. I mean, 20 hours of footage is a lot to scrub through and to pick through and to
decide
what makes sense in what order depending on how they filmed it, and everything was improv, so you know there was some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
So Edward and Daniel, who were friends, obviously, ended up co-directing. And they helped each other work on a 35-page treatment about 3 students who go missing after heading out into the Maryland woods to make a documentary about a legendary witch. The idea was that this film was put together later. Right. Using the footage they shot. So it's literally, we're seeing the aftermath of what happened in it. So in the late 90s, with digital coming into its own, it's only a matter of time before someone made this kind of first-person movie.
Yeah.
The treatment covered what happens, but it had no dialogue. We wanted it all improvised. So there wasn't a script. Not completely. They had a concept, but not a script.
Well, there was like a 35-page thing.
Yeah,
like kind of just explain what they wanted the actors to do.
But it wasn't lines,
right?
For them to recite to each other. Because the original plan was for it to be actually 3 guys, but they had cast Heather after what happened during her audition. Because what they had done is they asked actors to pretend to be at a parole hearing and explain why they should be released. She said, I probably shouldn't be released.
Fuck.
And that's why. So they ultimately, in the end, so they had her and the other 2. Just purely based on what she said.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't.
Correct. Yeah.
And you weren't.
So the crew set up base at a house in Germantown, Maryland, that Ed shared with his girlfriend.
Oh.
There were 10 to 15 of them there for 6 weeks, sleeping on couches and on the floor. The shoot took 8 days and was a 24/7 operation. It wasn't like a normal film.
No.
The actors would work the cameras, film each other all the time, using GPS. This is what's wild. Using GPS, they directed them to location marked with flags or milk crates, where they'd leave their footage and pick up food and their directing notes.
Oh?
Truly.
So they were genuinely being watched.
Yes, they were genuinely being watched. Like, they'd be hiding out and would only get their, like, would drop their film off and grab their directing notes.
Fuck.
Based on the stuff that they'd already seen.
Ooh.
So there would be things that would say, Heather, you're absolutely sure that to get out of this mess, you go south. Don't take no for an answer.
Right.
Or, Josh, somewhere along the way today, you've had it with this bullshit.
Right.
They had the freedom to decide how to play it.
No, yeah.
They only intervened if they felt that they needed to tone things down. Then there were the gags they'd pull at night.
Yeah.
That they had to react to, like hearing the children's voices or feeling the tent being shaken. So with that,
and some of that wasn't even in the notes. Like, they didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah.
So some of it they knew, not all of it, but some of it.
Because the fear had to be real in some parts. Yeah.
Yeah. And let me see. They did. I don't know why I don't have it in here. I thought I had it in here. So the actors, while they were out there, they kind of all made a pact together. Like, they made a safe word.
Oh, yeah.
For, like, to remind themselves that they're, like, to pull themselves out and back into reality. Because of the fact that they were improvising.
Yeah.
They were actually yelling at each other.
Yeah, when you improv, like, sometimes you say some things that are actually going to hurt somebody.
And that happened
and
multiple
times.
times.
Like, if you're out in the woods for that long with each other and you're playing pretend for that long, you're probably going to start to believe some of it.
And here's the thing. That actually happened. There were multiple instances where they thought that they had either said something that was hurtful or went too far or said or did something. Their safe word was taco.
That's beautiful, because when are you going to need to say that in the woods unless you're saying, I really want a taco?
And it's not even just that. It's not even used in a sentence. It's more so
it's just taco,
like, taco.
I need real.
Like, well, it's more so like they would do their recordings and they would do their stuff and then they would turn off the cameras and they'd be like, would be like,
decompress.
Hey,
let's take a moment.
Taco.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yes.
I didn't mean it. Back in reality, we're, because they had to remind themselves that they were actors.
Yeah.
They weren't actually going through this.
That's crazy.
And your mind can very quickly adapt and trick yourself into thinking you're in this situation.
Especially if you're just in the woods and everybody's gone, like hiding from you.
And they were. At night, they'd be sleeping and, like, obviously they knew, like, if they started hearing things outside, they would have to click into actor mode and, like, be aware that they have to act. But, like, some of the sound design, like the children and the crying and all that kind of stuff, like, a lot of that was done where they would, like, I guess some of the people that were on the cast and in the crew worked at, like, a children's thing. Like either a daycare or whatever. So they would go there, record some children sounds, and then mix them and mess with them and then play them. That's scary. They literally had a cassette tape that they played in the middle of the night. Like the crew was out there in the fucking woods.
Fucking with them. They probably had so much fun. They probably had a blast.
Fucking playing sounds to amp up everything.
Yeah, they were probably living their best life while these actors, these poor actors, were suffering.
There's actually there's one point in the film where Heather goes, "What was that? Oh my God, what was that?"
Yeah.
Would you want to know what that was? One of their tech like crew guys was just wearing like a white weird outfit, and she caught a glimpse of him.
Oh. Literally, that's it. And they kept it.
Yeah, they kept it in.
Wow.
Because it's her reacting, but you don't actually see anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's them running. So it's like you don't know what she's seeing. And then so this is a little bit about post-production stuff. So
right.
The footage was shot. They had it, but they had already had some buzz going on into their Sundance Film Festival. Partly because of the website they built.
Yep.
Suggesting that their student documentary makers really had disappeared.
But
they actually got a call from a New York police officer who had worked in Maryland for years and wanted to help.
Oh, God.
And they had to tell him it was all fake. And I guess that there was a queue around the block and out into the parking lot for the first Sundance screening.
Yeah.
The next thing they knew, Artisan, a film studio, had bought the movie for $1 million. Because all in, it cost them about $300,000, and it made nearly $250 million worldwide.
Yeah.
Not too many movies have had such a cultural influence.
Yes.
It popularized the found footage approach, for better or worse in some cases.
Yeah.
And there's a common misunderstanding that not a lot went into it, but it took 2 years of effort to make it look the way it was, like it was just shot by 3 students over a long weekend. Mm-hmm. So there was effort, there was time, there was dedication. Like I said, they started in 93 and then started filming and doing the principal photography in 97 and this film came out in 99. Mm-hmm. And that's not even to say because it came out in the Sundance even before that point, before it was bought up and put into theaters. So
yeah,
this is a very critically acclaimed film, truly.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I do want to talk a little bit more about the marketing strategies of this
because it's
film,
crazy.
Because it is
people really
crazy.
did think that this was a real
event that happened. Like these 3 film students genuinely went into the woods and went missing.
Honestly, even watching it today, you could still 100% believe that actually happened to them, because nothing quote you don't see. That's the other thing. Before you get into it, that's the other thing. They didn't have a monster. There's no visible monster.
Right.
So the point is it a ghost? Is it a people's? You don't know. Yeah. And so it's 100% understandable that people would be like, holy shit, this actually happened.
Yeah.
Because the filming 100% looks like I'm watching some kids who made a fucking home movie.
Yeah. Like, if you're not thinking about, like, oh, they're still filming even though they're in danger.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about that.
No. Truly.
Not really. Especially, here, let me set the scene for you.
Yeah. Go for it.
It's 1998.
Yes.
And you hear that 3 filmmakers have gone missing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this website comes up with these fabricated police reports.
Yep.
There's these missing persons posters.
Yep.
There are these diary entries from the missing filmmakers.
Yes.
And then you have other people. Like, they went crazy. Like, when I tell you the marketing campaign for this movie is genius, it is genius. They then had different entertainment people on college campuses. Like,
there's so much to it, truly.
No, yeah. So they had people like They deployed street teams to college campuses, dance clubs, coffee houses, all these places to distribute these missing posters of the characters.
To spread the rumor and to get, like, unaware of their own creation, truly, how ingrained it would become.
And so you've been seeing all of this and fake news, like, interviews coming out too. Like, there's video evidence, there's picture evidence, there's police reports. Like, you are sitting here for a year thinking, oh my God, these people are gone. And then all of a sudden they're like, we found their footage.
Yeah.
And they only release it in 27 theaters. So they limited it.
Yes.
So that it would be.
Yes.
And obviously they expanded. But that, like, initially it was just a few theaters.
Truly a cult response.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, it genuinely was. It drew so much attention. So much attention. I just think that it was crazy and very, very well done.
And we haven't really seen any production truly do it like this. Like, I know Smile had a bit of it, but nothing on this level.
No. Oh, with, like, the marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smile was pretty good about it, like having people like in the stadiums,
and just like even for the second one, just having people randomly, but not on this level.
Not on this level. Like,
this is like crazy,
and I think it really just goes to show how influential something can be, even if it is absolutely fake.
And not even just that.
And you really need to trust your sources.
It also proves how much humanity just loves a good mystery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's a reason why Clue and other such games are so fucking fun to play.
Yeah. Because to go from 60,000 to over 200 million?
Yes.
You're doing something right.
Hell yeah.
What I found out doing some research in this, okay, so I was watching this movie and I was like, this is very reminiscent of the most recent Yellow Jacket season.
Okay.
And then I discovered that Mr. Sanchez directed some episodes from Yellow Jackets. Oh. So I was like, oh, got
they're connected.
It. Got it. Sweet. I don't know if they're connected. Like they're
like
not
connected as in like the filming concept of it.
Like
the story direction.
Please watch Yellow Jackets.
I know, girl. I have so much shit to watch. I have so much shit to watch.
Put that one at the top of your list.
I have so much shit
to watch. At the top. It needs to be at the top. It's gay, it's spooky, and it's beautiful. Okay?
I know.
It's beautiful.
I got so much shit to watch.
It's so beautiful. But yeah, it was very much, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah.
When I found that out, I was like, yeah, okay, checks out. So I thought that was really cool. That was just a little tidbit. Now.
You got that Blair Witch lore?
Meow. I got that Blair Witch lore.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know in the movie, it's kind of explained with all the interviews and whatever.
Yeah.
But the legend of the Blair Witch, the one created for the movie, is the one that Daniel and Eduardo made.
Yeah.
So the Blair Witch, originally a woman named Ellie Kedward, who lived in the late 1700s in the fictional town of Blair, Maryland.
Yes.
They accused her of witchcraft, and then after drawing blood from children, she was banished into the woods and left to die. And then obviously all the stuff, and that's why they were in there investigating. But this woman, Ellie Kedward, they based her off of a real woman named Moll Dyer. So she is a legendary figure, rooted in the folklore of Southern Maryland, but particularly Leonardtown. According to the locals and local tradition, she was a reclusive woman who lived during the late 1600s. Obviously, we know a lot about Maryland in the 1600s. We just talked about it not too many episodes ago. Obviously, witchcraft was a huge fear of people.
Yeah.
Big superstition. Very widespread. But because of her solitary lifestyle, and maybe, she also had a little bit of knowledge with like herbs and healing.
Yeah.
So people grew suspicious of her, especially during this time when everybody was being accused of witchcraft.
Yeah, the witch hunts were legit.
And then she's over here healing people with her herby magic, and they're all like, "Witch, burn her!"
I'm like, no, these are just natural herbs that exist.
Yes. So, basically, they all accused her of being a witch. Then there was disease, crop failure, lots of other misfortunes hit this community, and so many people blamed Moll, accusing her of being a witch.
Always.
So the legend says that during an especially hard winter, an angry mob forced Moll Dyer from her home and into the freezing wilderness. Yeah. Days later, her body was found frozen to a large rock, hence the rock stuff happening in Blair Witch. And her hand supposedly still pressed to it in death. Yeah. But the stone is now known as the Moll Dyer Rock.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's become a local relic and is currently on display near the old jail museum in Leonardtown, Maryland. Some say that it bears the imprint of her hand and knees, and it's rumored to carry a lingering curse or strange energy.
Huh.
Her existence, though, isn't confirmed in in any historical records, but she has become a symbol of the dangers of fear-driven persecution.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the Salem witch trials.
Yeah.
But that's her. As for the Blair Witch,
from the movie,
it's just she's just. You never see her in the film.
No. But the story of it...
But her presence is very much there. And within the townsfolk, they were all just like, yeah, she's said, in the lore of Blair Witch, she is said to resemble a tall, gaunt woman, possibly floating or even levitating. And she also has, like, long, sticky limbs with, like, hair. And she's horribly disfigured, apparently.
Yeah.
But we'll never know.
I mean, I know that in addition, the main story that was happening, which is also what took place inside that house that they are in at the end, has to do with because in the film, one of the interviews is about a man named Rustin Parr, who's a murderer. Yeah. And he killed children. And what he did was he would make one stand facing the corner and the other one in the middle of the room. And then he would, because he didn't want them watching him while he killed them. So he would kill one and then he'd take the one that was in the corner, bring them in, and then he'd kill that one.
Yeah, which is so unsettling.
The whole end scene, which makes me not think that the Blair Witch was involved.
Right.
Or if she was, because I can't remember the full mention of the story, whether or not, because even the Blair Witch story had to do with the girl who got lost in the woods and then randomly showed up back on her mother's porch.
Right.
Saying weird things. And I don't know if that's the same house. And then that guy, went into the remote woods of that house and did his killings there. I can't completely remember what it was, because we do make a shortened, quote, quote, shortened summary. There are things that are missing from it, trust me. But, yeah, so the whole end scene where Mike is facing the wall, facing the corner, and then she gets got. It does a mental thing of is he possessed and facing the corner?
Right.
Is he possessed and facing the corner because there's a level of reenacting the death of the children happening in there, and therefore is the Rustin Parr murderer
still out there,
haunting or still haunting. Out there?
Yeah, because it definitely makes you question it. It could be multiple things. And you never know. You never get the answer for it, and that's the whole point.
Yeah.
with this found footage stuff, because it's like a come and find out for yourself, you know?
Yeah. It's actually, what's funny is that this movie made me want to kind of, there's a scene in our found footage piece that I think I'm going to fix, because it's the only one that still bothers me to this day. And I need to just cut that piece out and let it be a curiosity, and let the last part, it happens at the very end of the found footage film that we made, but yeah, but you can continue. I was just realizing, like, I'm like, because I know that there was a part of it, and I don't know if it's the same house that the Blair Witch kind of started in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Or if it's a separate event that just kind of added up, because also in the movie, they find 7 rocks.
Yeah.
And they say that he murdered 7 kids.
So
the rocks, we at least I deduced from it that the rocks were like grave markers in a way. So later in the film, when we see the 3 rocks, you're like, they literally are marked for death.
Yeah. Like,
that's their grave markers.
Yes.
So.
So spooky, and I'm literally going to get chills thinking about it.
It is truly a haunting film to watch.
Yep. There they come. Ugh.
And what's you want to know even crazier is I woke up from sleep. I woke up in the darkness of my room, and I was like, all right, let's watch this.
No.
I just woke up and was like, let's watch it.
That's very much you.
Let's watch this. Total darkness. Turned on the movie, volume 16. Because I was like,
bright daylight outside.
Whereas it was bright daylight outside, I just have blackout curtains.
Yeah. And you didn't open them.
No, I didn't open them, and I didn't turn on any lights.
Yeah.
And I did have to turn up the volume to volume 16 so that I could actually like hear a bit of it.
Yeah.
This is probably a better film to watch in a way that you can have headphones.
Mm-hmm.
So that you truly, I think that would make it worse. I'm kind of glad that I didn't. I think that would make it worse.
Well, at least you're telling them how to freak themselves out safely.
If I could get the like surround sound level that headphones would have given.
Yeah. Because
then I would be just as scared as them in the film.
I might go back and rewatch it with headphones on.
You know, same.
Just to see.
Ugh. Just to see what sounds I hear that I may not have heard before.
I'm gonna get chills again.
Like, let's rent this on Amazon and let's put it on so I can listen with headphones.
Yeah.
Use a controller, click it in and use something, and just boom, there you go.
Anyway, that was all I had for notes and things.
It's a short one, but there's like the way that this film is there's not a whole lot, but there's a whole lot.
There's a whole lot. Off of nothing.
Yeah.
It's genius.
It truly is. And you know what? Again, I'm going to say it again. Tooting my horn a little bit about our found footage film.
Yeah.
It has Blair Witch vibe.
It does.
Without any of us have ever seen Blair Witch.
Did anybody tell us that it had Blair Witch vibes? I don't remember.
I don't remember, but like literally the beginning of it, I put like a warning, footage found by this. I had my mom fucking do a whole like voiceover of like, I found this footage.
Yep.
I don't know where they are.
Yep.
And then fucking us doing our thing, like as if we're pretending to be YouTubers, trying to be all cool and shit, and let's do this, have fun, be spooky, and us filming each other in the car, and then actually being on site and filming and having that moment. I still love that moment where I have my camera down and we think that the camera's off,
right?
And I can see my little doodads swinging there. Also, there is at least one thing in the film that we altered. We made a false version of it, but was actually there when we went scouting in the middle of the night, which was the dream poster.
Oh, yeah.
Which is part of what inspired our film a little bit. At least part of the character acting. Because also our whole thing was improv.
Yeah.
The whole thing was improv. But yeah, we found a poster when we were
I want to watch it again.
Searching, and
can we put it on when we're done?
Oh yeah. I definitely have it.
Yes.
But it's like we found a poster that was literally about, have you had strange dreams?
Yeah. Yep.
When we found that, we're like, that's creepy as fuck that that's there, because when we came back to film, it was gone and it was ripped off and tossed on the ground.
Yeah.
We put up a fake one.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. We just altered some stuff in it so that it wasn't exactly the same. So in case any smart people decided they wanted to type in certain addresses or phone numbers,
Yeah.
we corrected that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And even the confessional moment.
Right.
I have a
You
similar
literally
moment.
have one. Yeah.
It came out really good. I
And it
promise
was
we'll
like-
eventually upload it. I swear to God we will.
Yes. But it was so funny because it was like, we were so excited about it.
Yeah.
We really were. We sat and we had a whole like screening for our family, but it was like, I don't think anyone will ever appreciate it the way we do.
Yeah.
Because we know all of the different like hints and things in there and all
Yeah.
the connections and all the thought that was behind each
Yeah.
moment. And it's like,
It was so much fun to make.
yeah, it was.
It was truly fun to make, and I would love to do it again.
Please.
I would love to do it again, and I would love to do more.
Yes.
In general, I think that's so much fun. Absolutely fun.
Yeah.
But aside from our excited ramblings about fun footage, you must have a 1-star for me.
I do. Of course I do.
I would love to hear it.
Would you?
You know, I don't know. Because it's going to be rude.
Yeah. Well, not the first sentence.
You know?
This film is unique in its method, which I find to be truly wonderful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shocking. Okay.
However, once the veil of reality is lifted by certain acting choices and
Great.
post-mortem late-night talk show appearances by the actors, the movie loses its edge entirely. When lost in the woods without food, without direction, and ultimately without a traveling companion, one sense to make a documentary would likely fade in the emerging presence of the overwhelming need to survive.
Yeah.
Cans of film wouldn't be hauled around. Batteries for lights wouldn't be hauled around. Cameras would be dropped when punching your buddy who kicks maps into rivers. I love film and believe in the suspension of disbelief, but when when the entire film's meaning rests on the shoulders of people's belief that it really happened, those responsible for the film cannot ruin this effect by crediting director of photography first, appearing on talk shows, and contributing to the media's disintegration of the very veil that makes the film work. So, this wasn't even really about the film.
No. It wasn't about the film. I will say, there is a moment in the movie where, because throughout the whole film, they even are pissed at Heather for continuing to film them.
Yeah.
They're like, why the fuck are you still filming this? And then later you get a moment where Josh is like, I get why you like this. It's like a false reality.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like you're really there in the moment. And then later another moment where Josh is filming Heather, and it's like she admits that it's the only thing she has left, so that's why she's doing it.
So
and
they
it's also
try to explain.
You also have to understand that there's a level of mental delusion that they're going under, that they're gonna make it out.
Right.
So why not have this?
Why not have this to prove it to people?
They even say it in the movie. They're like, we'll look back on this and laugh or whatever.
Right.
And that's the whole
Haunting.
point.
Haunting.
Like,
Oh.
you know, they at this point they're filming for the sake of like, well, maybe we'll get out and we'll make something of this, you know, but
Yeah. And also, like, I don't know what happened in 1999. I wasn't around. But
I was.
I know. But I'm pretty sure that the actors couldn't work on films for 2 years after this release just for the believability of it. So I'm kind of intrigued about them going on talk shows.
Well, no, after the film's out, the film's out.
Yeah. But
Once it's out,
a lot
it's
of
out.
people were like, I guess, upset at the fact that they didn't keep up the ruse for a bit after.
I'm like, no, because now it's out. Like, the moment of their triumph happened. It's in films. And then afterwards, yes, they're allowed to go on talk shows and talk about it. It's
It's fake.
It's fake, but it's also like a piece of cultural history happening.
Because here's the thing, you got to think about this. You've sat there and you've made people believe for a year that these 3 individuals are dead. I think you need to and then have the movie ending with them dying. So I think you should give the public a little bit more reality check after that, because
being like, these are real people who, like, I understand if maybe they're referencing before the film came out and the interviews that came out. Depicting that they were gone,
right?
And maybe the director of photography was one of the like interviewees,
right? Yeah,
but that's also part of the point, is he probably was playing a character in that moment to play along with the story,
right?
So the whole point is whether it was before or after, it's all part of the story, and eventually after the film they have to let people course correct and be like, this is a movie. Yep. It's all fake. Like I said, even in my notes,
it was a
cop tried to reach out to help him, and they're like, no, it's all fake. It's a movie, dude. It's fine. You're good. I promise. They're all very much alive. They're all very much fine. This is a movie. This is all marketing. So, and they'd have to be able to come out afterwards and say that to assuade people's minds, which would be also why the actors would then do interviews and other things to be like, they're still alive, guys. They're fine. So, but yeah, that's it for this film. Very good, very scary. Definitely hits the vibe of like, ooh.
Oh, indeed.
You know, the uncomfy is there for real.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so we're going to be moving on to our next episode, which is one that you will all have known has recently come out as Megan 2.
Woohoo!
Hell yeah. We actually, very recently came from watching it, and it was super fun.
It was
super
so good. I really loved it.
It's just like a fun kind of actiony, because it is
fun.
It is PG-13, but it's like it's just a good movie. It's a good fun movie.
Yeah. It is fun. And don't be dissuaded if you hear the word fun and think, oh, it's going to be stupid. No, it's just genuinely good.
It's genuinely good.
It's got fun moments in it.
Yeah, it does. It truly.
What makes it what it is.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a serious movie, don't get me wrong, but...
Oh, yeah.
It's cool.
It's got really, really... And I loved the ending. So you will all find out in our next episode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Remember... Like, comment, subscribe, share us around, and all that good stuff. You can send us an email at horrorunmasked@gmail.com. You can listen to us on all of the places where pods are cast. And I think with that,
there's only one thing left to ask. Will you fear?
Or will you fear not?